So, hello everyone. Good morning, afternoon, good evening, everyone. Wherever you are, on which part of Earth you are. So, hope you are doing good. So, this is me, Chitranjan, and with our fifth class over algebra for GMAT. And basically, we had dealt with algebra, elementary algebra in the form of data sufficiency question. Okay, and it is the most important, format for the GMAT people to ask algebra question, and you will find it often in your mocks and all. So see, mocks are very important as far as your GMAT preparation is concerned. Okay, and you would find them more, useful and relevant along with the class. Okay, taking class and taking these mocks would help you a lot and would help you like in amazing ways towards your preparation. And let me know whether you can hear me or not. Okay, in the chat box you can revert if I'm audible, if the screen is visible. Okay, everything is okay, and even if it is not okay, you can revert over the chat box. Good. Okay, so let's move ahead. Again, for your preparation, to make it easier, convenient, you can download our apps, Learn for Exam apps, and for Android, for iOS. They are available for both. You can download from the App Store. Okay, then let's start with a question. What we were doing last time, we are going to start with the very same. Okay, from the very same point, I'm going to start. Okay, so this is a data sufficiency question and precisely yes, no, DS question, and which is asking is n less than 0. So if n come less than 0 or negative, answer would be yes. If it is come more than 0 or positive or equal to 0, okay, greater than or equal to 0, you would get a no. So answer would be like, okay, so it would be like either I get a concrete or fixed yes or a concrete or definite no. That is my point. Is n less than 0? Now just see here what I told you earlier as well. Using number in place of algebra would be more convenient in case of GMAT preparation or the GMAT DS question. Okay, this is how I approach these questions, and I advise others to approach the same rather than going for the formulas and identities and telling you all the innumerable rules. Okay, so then let's jump over the statement. First statement says there is another number m which is less than n. Okay, so do you think it makes any sense? We have to talk of the nature of n. Is n less than 0? They're saying m is less than n. So what? I take m as 1 and this as 2. So is n less than 0? No, I get a no. Okay. Then if I take n as negative 1 and n as 0, okay, or n as, let's say for example, n as negative half. Okay, why I'm taking negative half? So I want yes to show you just, okay, though I can anticipate the things, what is happening, what is not. You have to learn the same how I am approaching it. Let me take m as negative 2 just for for the sake of taking it a better number, looking better number sort of, and n as negative 1. So I'm just using the statement first. So now let's go to the statement first. Is m is less than n? Yes, m is less than n. Now I go to the question, and which is n less than 0. N less than 0. Yes, n less than 0. I get a yes. So I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no. So this statement is not sufficient enough. So not A, not D. If it is not A, it cannot be D. If it is not A, if statement 1 is not sufficient enough, then it cannot be D as well. Then I need to go to B, C, E. That's mean I need to go the second statement alone, all alone. Okay, so let us take the second statement all alone. Everyone in the house, pay your attention fully. And okay, so second statement alone. And you know how, what is my point? To be more productive here, efficient here, I just try to disprove the things. Okay, the second statement alone I'm taking, this statement alone I'm taking, n has to be less, negative n has to be less than m. Okay, negative n has to be less than m. And this is yes, and this is no. So I try to get a yes, I try to get a no to make it, second statement alone not sufficient enough. So I'm trying disproving them, or you can know this is just, kind of a proof by contradiction. Okay. So if I say negative n has to be less than m, okay. Yes, I can take, if I take, if I take m as 3 and n as 2. So of course, negative n would be less than m. This would be true. The statement would be true. Then n is less than 0. No, it is not. It is not less than 0. I get a no. Okay. Now if I say negative n has to be less than m, so I would try to get a yes. Let me try to get a yes. To try to get a yes, I should take n as negative. Okay. So if I take negative 2, okay, and I take this as 3. Now can you see that negative 2, which is 2, is less than m. So statement holds true. But let's go to the question. Is n less than 0? Is n less than 0? Yes, n less than 0. So I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no. So statement 2 alone is not sufficient. So B is not the answer. Now I need to combine them. And then after, if combination is not, useful to get to a conclusion, then answer will be E, England, which says that no conclusion can be drawn. So if I need to combine both of the statement, both of the conditions, so first condition, try to anticipate like I am anticipating it. Okay, there is nothing to, remember something. There is nothing to, cram anything. But the thing is, it is just about how do you, how to be creative. How can you anticipate better and think better, and with the least effort, just using the numbers. Okay, so that's why I'm giving the whole steps, everything. I'm drawing the table and everything so that you would get fair enough idea of what is my thought process over here. Okay, that's why I'm doing this. Otherwise, I can give you 3 numbers and can eliminate and and it would be like in 2 minutes. Now let's combine the both statements. If you can hear me, okay, m has to be less than n. Okay, m has to be less than n. So of course I cannot take these set of numbers. And negative n has to be less than m. Negative n has to be less than m. So can you think of what, if I am combine both this condition, can you think what should be the situation? How should the numbers would look like? Set of numbers would look like. M has to be less than n, and negative n has to be less than m. This can only be possible if both are positive. Say for example, I have take this as 2, this as 3. So of course, first condition, m is less than n. True. And negative n is also less than m. This is also true. Then n is less than 0. No. N is less than 0. I get a no. I get a no. Okay. You can try it for negative as well if you want. M has to be less than n. If you take both as negative, So, and -2 take is -3. So m is less than n, yes. Negative n, which is 2, is less than m, no. So for negative, it does not hold. So you cannot go ahead because the condition does not hold true. For opposite sign, it would not also not hold true. See, you can check it for opposite sign. So opposite sign, I take m as 3 and this is -2. Okay, let's see. Okay, and m is less than n, yes. Negative m, -3 is less than m, yes. Then n, what is n? Is it less than 0? No. See, I'm getting a no again. What I was thinking, try to get a yes. And I was saying for negative n, it cannot be possible. Because if I take negative n, then m has to be also negative. And if I take negative of negative, then it cannot hold true for the second case. Can you visualize it? What I was trying to say, while I was doing the second statement. So there would be only one answer. No, 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 no. You agree with me? You can try with 0 as well. Okay. And also you would also get 0 or no. So if I'm getting a concrete no on combining them, so my answer is C. On combining them, I'm getting an answer. Even no is also answer. In this case of data sufficiency, yes is also an answer. No is also an answer, but it has to be a definite one. A definite one. A definite one. Okay. So here the answer is C. C, California. You have to combine them and you get a concrete conclusion. Yes. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Again, see this question. Is X a multiple of two consecutive odd numbers? Consecutive odd numbers like 3 and 5, 1 and 3 as well, 5 and 7 as well. Okay. So it is saying, is X a multiple of 1, 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, likewise 7, 9 as well, 9, 11 as well. There are many, there are innumerable, there are infinite. So first statement says X is equal to 4a square minus b square. So I can write this like, you can put the number as well. A and b are integers. And those who know this, for them, I just want to just, because this is basic, so I just want to just, extend this. A square minus b square would be like this. True or false? Where a and b are integers. So first statement, using the first statement alone, I'm getting this. X would be this. 2a minus b, 2a plus b. So do you think that this would represent consecutive numbers, consecutive odd numbers? You can see that a and b are just integers. A and b are integers only. So you can put anything. Don't you think you will get every number on earth? Not every number, very far numbers. You can get very far numbers. It won't be like two consecutive numbers. Of course, see, X is coming as 2a minus b, 2a plus b. Okay, X is coming as a product of two different numbers, this and this. Okay, I'm using this formula. A square minus b square is actually a minus b and a plus b. Fine. But using this only, you can use a as 100, b as 1. You think you get two consecutive odd number? 200 minus b, 99. And 200 plus, okay, I'm so sorry. 200 minus b. Take b as 2. Okay. Okay, take 1. Let me prove it and let me disprove it. I want you to visualize it, what I'm trying to say. 200 minus 1 is like 199. 200 plus 1 is 201. OMG, this is coming as a two consecutive odd numbers. getting a yes. Now I would try to get a no. Very easy. If I want to try to get a no, I would, make this BS2. Those who are smart enough would get to know what I'm doing. So if I put A, B as 1, I got a yes, 99 and 201. But if I put B as 2, so this would be 200 minus 2, 198. So it is not coming odd in the first place. So that's I was trying to say. And 200 plus B, that is 202. So it is not coming as product of two odd consecutive numbers. So I'm getting a no. So I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no. This one is not sufficient enough. Okay. So let's try to use the second statement alone. Alone. You know, just follow my language. Alone. If you use the second statement alone, can you see that? One problem here is because the second statement does not talk of anything about x and relation of x and b. So there is no relation of x and b. So I cannot with second statement alone because a is not, this is not sufficient enough. So AD cannot be the answer. So I need to go to B, C, E. Now B, second statement alone. But second statement alone says nothing. This says just B is 1. So B is 1. So what is its relation or relevance with the X? Nothing. So this does not make any sense. Now I go to C, combination, combining first and second. So if I combine them, don't you think X would be 2A minus 1 and 2A plus 1? Don't you think? So it is 2A minus 1 and 2A plus 1, and AB are also integers. If this has not been given, then answer would be something else. But think yourself, this has a very important place in the question and the answer and the solution as well. Now if A is integer, this would be an even number. This would be an even number. Even minus 1, even plus 1. Consecutive odd. It represents consecutive odd. So on combining them, is X a multiple of 2 consecutive odd? Yes, a definite yes. So answer is C, combination. You combine them, you would get a definite answer. True. Make sense or not? Okay, great. Now let's go to the next one. This one. Okay, this is actually 3A square by B less than 1. So you need to talk of this. Is this is less than 1. So if it is less than 1, I get a yes. If it is more than or equal to 1, I get a no. Okay. Now let's talk of it. Let's talk of it. Okay. You just see the question perfectly and think. Now if I use the first statement alone, how many of you feel that? Okay, how many of you know this thing? If I put this 3 power 1 by 3 or 3 to the power anything, this would become just like the third root of 3, cube root of 3. This would be ninth root of 3. And whatsoever it is, even 3 root, 100th root of 3, how many of you can feel that it would be greater than 1? Because 100 root of 1 is 1. So 100 root of 3 would has to be greater than 1. True. But how many of you know 1 by 3 is less than 1? Or 1 by 3 to the square would also be less than 1. And so as the power increases, the 1 by 3 would be less than 1. So I would use this knowledge. Okay, to get a yes or to get a no or to prove something. I hope you are getting my point. What I would be going to do. Now see, I can tell you many things about it. Okay, many rules about it. But the GMAT is not like the other exams, other basic exams. And if you want to know actually the all of the content data, so there are other exams. We are also conducting classes for the CAT and all. But the thing is, your focus should be has to be GMAT and how to crack those questions. That's it. Okay, you just need to de-learn something and then you can learn things like for GMAT. So the first of all, unlearning is the key. Unlearning is the process. Then learning would become. No, 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 no. Let's come to the point. First statement talks only of A. How many of you feel that does it matter what would be A? Because if A is less than 0, then A square definitely becomes, you know, positive. It won't make any difference. Okay, I'll show you. If I put A as -1 and B as 1, so this would become 3 to the power 1 square by 1, which is 3 and which is greater than 1. So I get a no, which is greater than 1. So I would go to the question, 3 is greater than 1. So I get a no. I get a no. Okay. If I put A as -1, B as -1. So I'm going with this condition only. A has to be with the first statement only, A has to be less than 0. Then it would become A squared, that would be 1 divided by -1. Then it will become 1 by 3, which is of course less than 1. So I get a yes. So I'm getting a no, I'm getting a yes, maybe case, not a concrete, not a definite yes, not a definite no. So first statement is not sufficient. So I can call it like A for Amsterdam. So Amsterdam is not the answer. So as D, Dublin is not the answer. Now I need to go B, C, E. Second statement alone. Now see, if you take the second statement alone, this is itself enough to tell you. Because if you take second statement alone, you can't take this one because B cannot be positive. And if B cannot be positive, you take A anything. +1, -1, +2, then there's a -1. Then ultimately it would become, what would it become? 4 divided by -1. So 1 by 3 to the power 4, which would be less than 1 again. So I get a yes. Always. I would get a yes. I hope you're getting. So the thing is, if B is less than 0, we cannot take this thing. So if B is less than 0, I would show you again, don't worry. If B is less than 0, so it will be -1 again, I'm taking. And this is +2. Let's take it to +2. So it will become 4 divided by -1, 3 to the power -4, which would eventually become this 3 to the power 4, which is less than 1 for sure. And if it is less than 1, I'm getting yes again. So can you see that, my dear friend? I'm getting yes in all of the cases and would get yes in all of the cases. Can you get a no? For that matter, you would say, no, we cannot get no. True or false? Using the second statement alone, can you get a no? No, you would always get a yes. So the answer is the B for Boston. Boston is the answer. Boston is the answer. And if you want to try to get 1 out of 3, then it is, I don't think it's possible. Any power, any root of 3 can give you 1. Think like that. I want you to think like that. Yes. So that is a catch over here. See, That is a trick with GMAT. I actually put you to think like that. The answer is B. Okay. Let me give you one more case. Let me give you one more case. Okay. And I'm thinking along with you. Don't worry. Okay. Just tell me if I'm using second statement alone, then it is only talking of the nature of B. It has to be less than 0. Okay, so this is B, this is A. So if I take A as 0, then what would it become? 3 to the power 0 square divided by -1. 3 to the power 0, which would become 1. 0, which would become 1, which is equal to 1. So I'm getting a no. In case of 0, I'm getting a no. I've told you 0 holds a very important place here. So I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no. So I cannot go with B alone. So the answer is not B. Now I need to go to C. Okay. Combining them. Now, if feel it, GMAT questions becomes tricky. With the simple concept, they would be tricky. With the simple concept. So I would not tell you, I would not give you the concepts of like, JE or CAT to crack those questions and, very heavy math. You have to be smart, believe me. And you have to work like this. And that is the only smarter way to actually, only smarter way. And there are others as well to actually crack them in efficient minimum time. Now C, let's combine. C means combination. Let's combine both of the statements. And what do you think if I combine the two statements, what would happen? If I combine both of the statements, then I cannot use the 0. I cannot use the 0. I cannot use the 0 because A has to be less than 0. So it cannot be 0. So it can be less than, A can be less than 0, which is this. In that case, also I'm getting a yes because B is less than 0. Okay, if B is less than 0, then it is making 3 to the power less than 1. So on combining, I'm getting a yes. On combining, I'm getting a yes. So my answer is C. A concrete yes. I would never get a no on combining because A would not be, A you could not take as 0. A you could not take as 0. So on combining, the answer would be a concrete yes, yes, yes. So my answer would be C, California. So I hope you can visualize or feel the tricky part or trap over here. Okay. So, I would, let's see the class here only. Okay. And sorry, we'll start tomorrow from this point only and discuss some more questions, some more tricks, some more traps. And this is all for the day. Okay. And you can go to our website www.learnforexam.com and even join our Telegram channel for the GMAT. Okay. And this is of course would help you a lot for the GMAT preparation. And using this code, you can get 10% off over our ebooks. And by the way, we are going to start a new GMAT batch from 10th of September. So for more details, you can go to our website. This is me, Chitranjan, over there, signing off. Bye-bye. Take care. Good day.